I am the Kaiju no Kami, and this is my quick review for Black Widow. Black Widow is the origin story of how Natasha got her green vest that you saw her wear in Infinity War. That sounds a lot better than saying it's a sequel that's a prequel to a sequel that's a prequel to the sequel, right? I think so. Sort of. Maybe. You guys let me know if that sounds better. Whatever. So Black Widow is not the worst MCU movie I've ever seen, and it's certainly nowhere near the best. It's no Dark World, but it definitely isn't Winter Soldier. Speaking of which, everything this movie does, the Winter Soldier did better, what, 7, 8 years ago? Like Taskmaster. Taskmaster is chasing after Natasha, they're driving away in a car, Taskmaster shoots a little thing that detonates underneath the car, shooting the car up, just like what the Winter Soldier did in The Winter Soldier when he shot Nick Fury's car up from the street. Then the Taskmaster is chasing after them. We have a fight sequence, just like the Winter Soldier did in The Winter Soldier. Everything this movie did, like I said, Winter Soldier did it better. The more I think about this movie, the less I liked it. It's just too many years too late. I don't know what it is, but this movie also shows that Scarlett Johansson just didn't really care about it. She didn't put all her acting ability in it. In fact, from what I've seen of her Black Widows, the Russo brothers have been the only ones who have truly gotten her best acting abilities from her for Black Widow. Everyone else has just been like, yeah, just do whatever you can, and that's it. I feel like the Russos were really like, no, you need to do this better. And this movie solidifies that for me because she was pretty bad in the movie. Speaking of bad, David Harbour and Rachel Weisz were completely wasted in this film. They did absolutely nothing. David Harbour plays Red Guardian, and every time it seems like he's going to get to do something, he doesn't. Every time something occurs, it's played for comedic laughs. He's like going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go and take care of this for you, and then he gets knocked out. It's like, what was his entire point? Such an insult to the actor and an insult to the character of Red Guardian. The stand-out character was Yelena because Yelena was just awesome in every scene she was in. She stole the show every time. Whether she was being dramatic, whether she was being comedic, she was great. She was the saving grace of this movie. There's one funny scene where she asked Natasha, what type of pose is this? Like, why are you looking up all the time? Are you trying to see if people are looking at you? What's going on? And then she does the pose later on. It's just like, ew. And then there's all this other stuff that occurs that's the normal Marvel stuff occurring. If you've seen a Marvel movie, you know what to expect in this one. And that's not to say that Marvel movies are bad for their formula. I enjoy them. I enjoy comic book movies, mostly, as long as they're not grim, dark, whatever, with the characters, but this one just didn't try to do anything new. It was like, yep, we're 4 years too late, so we're just going to treat it like it's 4 years too late. We're just going to half-ass it, and it's a Black Widow movie. Yeah, fans, you get your Black Widow movie. Yay, be happy, because it's the only time you're getting a Black Widow movie. However, I can get away with most of that stuff. Most of the stuff, fine, it's not great, but there's so many amazing Marvel movies out there, it's kind of hard to top those at this point. So as long as you're not the bottom of the barrel like Dark World, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Black Widow pretty much just being mediocre compared to the other MCU films. However, what I can't get behind and what I can't believe they did was what they did with Taskmaster. Now, I don't know too much of Taskmaster from the comics. I only know basics of when Taskmaster has appeared in my Spider-Man comics, an occasional comic here or there. I know Taskmaster from the Spider-Man video game and some of the TV series. But that's really about it. So my knowledge of Taskmaster is very tiny compared to some other people's. Nevertheless, Taskmaster was hands down the worst part of this movie. Taskmaster may be the worst MCU villain of the entire MCU. I mean, this was Deadpool in Wolverine's Origins bad. This was Bane in The Dark Knight Rises bad. And yes, as much as Bane sucked in Batman and Robin, at least he used his frickin' venom. So I will say the Batman Robin Bane is better than the Dark Knight Rises Bane. Nevertheless, Taskmaster is Bane and Deadpool levels of bad. One of the worst comic book villains, period, on screen. And that's saying a lot. It didn't make sense. I'm not going into spoilers why, but there's a scene, Taskmaster's helmet comes off, and the head of Taskmaster looks like it's 3 sizes too small for the body. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. So in the comics, Taskmaster is able to learn anyone's moves by just watching them do it once. Captain America does his shield throw, Taskmaster sees it, he's got the whole thing memorized. In this movie, the memorization's all done by computers. So it's not even that this Taskmaster is learning anything by skill, it's just being done by the computer system that's in their helmet. It's terrible. It's awful. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's frustrating. This feels like a Phase 2 Marvel film because of how half-assed it is, which is very disappointing when this is the first film in Phase 4. Maybe WandaVision and Falcon the Winter Soldier spoiled me for the movies, but yeah, this didn't feel like they were even giving a damn about it. They just threw it in there just because fans have been wanting a Black Widow movie for a while. I'm going to give Black Widow a 6 out of 10. Oh, and of course there is a post-credits scene, so do not leave during those credits. What did you think of Black Widow? Let me know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking in to support me. You can support me on Patreon at Kaiju no Kami, Facebook Kaiju no Kami, Instagram Kaiju no Kami, Twitter Kaiju no Kami, and my website creativitybydesignllc.com. And until next time, bye!